it's kind of like the first love thing where regardless of the ups and downs, you have a tender place for that person. And yeah, I just thought it was really cute and very fitting. It's like, of course, Katie ended up with two boyfriends, you know? Like at the end of the day, like she's not gonna just have one. She is gonna have two.
It's so great to see you both again and talk more about Letterkenny, although a little bittersweet knowing that it is the end for at least the time being. Michelle, I'd like to start with you and then Dylan. What is it like, looking back on the legacy you guys have created with this show now that it's closing its doors?
I mean, bittersweet is the perfect way to describe it. Mostly sweet. It's been a lot to process. I mean, obviously, we shot the season a year ago, and so we have had more time to process. But watching the final season and announcing it to everybody else, it almost like re brought up everything. Yeah, I mean, I feel sad. Obviously, I'm going to miss it so much. I feel so proud at the same time of what we did and also the connection we made with each other. And I feel just really thankful for everything.
You ever watch Just for Laughs? You know, the Just for Laughs, like,
Mhm.
at the very end when the little green monster comes out and cries, "Mommy, it's over." Kind of felt
Yeah.
like that green monster for the last year. Because the show is so fun and brought so much joy to so many people, and that's something that you know the feeling other than pride. Proud of what we did and proud of the way it affected the world, and to hear people's stories of how our silly show has helped them through things that I could fill a long, long notebook with stories of folks that have watched this show and had it help them through times that I can't fathom. So that has me holding my head very, very high. But also the little kid in me is super sad that school's out and we're not going back. But maybe one day, who knows, as the story ended with some very open, I think, storylines not fully tied up in a bow. Perhaps there's an opportunity for spin-offs, movies, reunions, who knows? But I love these people and I would come back for more yesterday if the opportunity presented itself.
Well, you both should be proud of it because, I mean, I've been telling people in the waiting room, I mean, it stayed consistently great throughout all 12 seasons. And it's amazing because not many shows can say that they did that. And yeah, with Jared having that big deal at Hulu now, fingers crossed that you guys get more stories in the future. One thing I love to ask talent whenever a show is coming to an end is that you've played these characters for so long. And with characters like Katie and Riley and Jonesy, you have such great catchphrases that you've dropped and traits that you've embodied throughout the show. Is there any one that you're going to truly miss being part of your work lexicon as you move on?
You off the top. I think to be fair has really in I don't know if I said it a lot before or it's just infiltrated my brain because I do say it a lot in my present life and I think that must be because of Letterkenny. The other ones I probably, to be totally frank, won't use in my be kind of weird if I was like Michelle saying pitter patter to people. It'd be a bit of a bad look. But yeah, they were all really fun and it was cool to watch our fan base catch onto them so much. And like yeah, it's a very it's very funny. It's got like a bit of a cult vibe to it and in the good ways. And yeah, I'll miss that and I'll also enjoy people still using those words.
Yeah, I had to change the way I spoke because it was hijacked by the character I played, Riley. Lots of what I said offset was what Riley said in the show. The oldest of three boys, all three of us played hockey. My dad played in the NHL, coaches in the NHL. My uncle played in the NHL. I was born around hockey guys. So lots of my vernacular came from my home life, which the opposite of Michelle, I've now had to adjust so people don't think I'm a weird guy who lives in character, a full-time method actor. So yeah, most of those words were mine to begin with, and now I'm I'm opening up my thesaurus and finding new ways to say boys, boys, boys.
Yeah, I know I personally use Texas size 10 for all the time
Yeah.
because I love it. Now, I love that in season 12, though, as Katie sort of almost leaves the country, Riley and Jonesy have this sweet sort of realization that they still do love her and care about her. And I'm curious what that was like for both of you, exploring that storyline with these characters after so many weird ups and downs in their relationship throughout the show.
I love to see it as well. I think it was a really sweet kind of nod, obviously, to season one and all of their roots. It's kind of like the first love thing where regardless of the ups and downs, you have a tender place for that person. And yeah, I just thought it was really cute and very fitting. It's like, of course, Katie ended up with two boyfriends, like at the end of the day, like she's not going to just have one. She is going to have two. And I think that made a lot of sense for her.
Yeah, it was sweet. It was it's really, really sweet. Anytime the three or four of us or five of us are on screen together, whenever there's more than two, it's a fun scene. And to pay homage to the first Riley, Jonesy, Katie trifecta, I think it's really fitting. Almost every scene was fitting. There's lots of callbacks to the earlier seasons that I think fans will appreciate. And as emotional as it may be for the fans, I'm right there with you, man. There's a lot of on the edge filming that last season of, am I gonna laugh or cry? I'm not sure. I might do both.
I can only imagine. And yes, you're right. I love how it comes full circle in this season back to season one. And the final two episodes gave me goosebumps and a little bit of tears. So I am right there with y'all. But at the same time, I look forward to continuing to spread a word about the show, even if it is over, because this is a fan base that should continue to grow throughout the years and hopefully lead to more. So thank you both so much for taking the time to chat with me again. I greatly appreciate it.